Welcome to a new episode of Just a Taste. This is a gaming news show where we'll go over all sorts of gaming related news from the past week. I'm your host, Saint Blessed Pretzel, and let's jump to the news. The first State of Play of the year was shown this Thursday. Let's go over some highlights and we will have links to the other announcements in the description. We finally got a deeper look into the long-awaited sequel to the Batman Arkham series. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, however, is a far cry from Rocksteady's previous games, with it being a co-op action third-person shooter and taking place into the bright city of Metropolis. The gameplay looks fun, but many are cautious of the live service mechanics such as gear levels, a battle pass, and other predatory systems that were the downfall of the similar Avengers game that was released a few years ago. A new gameplay trailer for Resident Evil 4's remaster has been showcased. In it we can see that the game will follow the same story beats as the original, but in a much more polished environment and with improved gameplay features. A Mercenaries mode has also been confirmed for the game, but it will be released as free DLC at a later time. A new puzzle game by the developers behind Tetris Effect has been revealed. This new game called Humanity has you playing as a Shiba Inu guiding groups of people to magical beams of light. There is a demo available right now on PlayStation and the game will fully release in May this year. The last 3 characters for the launch roster of Street Fighter 6 have been announced. First off, the wrestler Zangief returns for this game. Then we have Lily, a new character to the series. She comes from the same tribe as past character T.A.S.T.E and her abilities are similar to his. And last but not least, we have the returning member of the British Special Forces, Cammy. The PlayStation VR 2 was released this week. This expensive accessory to the already expensive console released with an impressive release library of more than 40 games like Horizon Call of the Mountain, Job Simulator, No Man's Sky, and Gran Turismo. The full list is in the description. A new update released for No Man's Sky. The Fractal update is mostly focused on improving the VR gameplay for the game's PlayStation VR 2 launch, but it also features a lot of new features and quality of life improvements. The long-awaited Atomic Heart was released, with a soundtrack by Mick Gordon. This game had a lot of hype going for it. However, it has some of the most varied reviews I have seen in a while, ranking either very high or very low. So this seems like a game you should only pick up if you are already interested in it. Originally a scrapped and forgotten Atari game, the game Akka Arrh has been resurrected by the designer Jeff Minter and released on Tuesday. If you want to experience a new game with a good old arcade feeling, go check it out. A new Pokemon Go event is ongoing this weekend. This event is ON themed and features Primal Groudon and Kyogre. There's also a special ticket available until the 20th of March that will give you a really hard masterwork research to encounter a shiny Jirachi. A new patch was released for Marvel Snap. This patch includes the second wave of rarity drops for the game, new balance changes to cards like Thanos, Darkhawk, and Sandman, and multiple bug fixes. Overcooked All You Can Eat added 3 new chefs, the Macaroni Penguin, the Blue Penguin, and the Arctic Fox. They are really cute. The highly anticipated sequel to Octopath Traveler released this Friday. This game takes place in a new land and features 8 new characters, but it's very much more of the same. If you enjoyed the original game, you will probably love this one too. A new DLC for Marvel's Midnight Suns has been released. This DLC adds Venom to the roster of characters playable in the game, and new story missions themed around them. The sequel to the fun space flight simulation game Kerbal Space Program released in early access this week. It has new parts to play with as well as new and improved UI. If you liked the first one, go have a look. Another early access game released this week was Sons of the Forest, the sequel to The Forest. This new survival horror game will feature new demons, changing season, and more multiplayer fun. Huge news! A 10-year agreement between Microsoft and Nintendo has been signed. This agreement will make sure that Microsoft releases games such as Call of Duty on Nintendo's consoles for the next 10 years. The titles will also be required to release on the same day as other platforms, and with all features. This is also very interesting as it implies that Nintendo's consoles will be able to support such games, and it is very well known that the Switch is not powerful enough to handle previous Call of Duty games. A new trailer for Lies of P has been released. It shows some new interesting footage, and more importantly finally gives us a release window of this August. A release date for the new environmental strategy game Terra has been announced. This game tasks you with returning a barren wasteland into a balanced ecosystem. It is set to release on March 28. A portion of the profits for this game will be donated to the Endangered Wildlife Trust, and a Steam pre-order will give you a free upgrade to the deluxe edition of the game, thus giving you access to the soundtrack and an art book, so go have a look if that sounds interesting to you. The 4th season of Battlefield 2042 is beginning on February 28. The season is called 11 Tower, and it features a new map, Flashpoint, and a rework of the map Discarded. It also adds 4 new weapons and the new recon specialist Camilla Blasco. Details on the future of Fall Guys have been announced. First off, they are reducing the lobby count for a match from 60 to 40 players to speed up matchmaking. They will then also reduce the pace at which they release new seasons, extending each season to allow them to make more new minigames. Most importantly, however, is the addition of a new level editor to the game, allowing you to create new maps for it. New Xbox Game Pass changes for the next few weeks have been announced. First off, Atomic Heart has been available on the Game Pass since its launch. Then on the 28th, the fantasy puzzle auto-brawler Merchant Blade will join the service, followed by Soul Hackers 2 on the 28th, F122 on March 2nd, and Wulong Fallen Dynasty on March 3rd. Sadly, some games will be leaving the service, such as Alien Isolation, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Octopath Traveler, and more on the 28th. The full list of games leaving will be in the description, and they are all 20% off until they leave, so go have a look. More details for Splatoon 3's new season have been announced. As we mentioned last week, more details are being released almost every day, so check out the link to the game's Twitter in the description for things announced since this recording. In the past week, they announced 10 new weapons, 2 new maps, a new special weapon, a new King Salmonid for the Salmon Run mode, and tons of quality of life changes. The Little Ladies Day event is returning to Final Fantasy XIV. It offers the Little Ladies Dance emote, a Little Ladies Day advertisement poster, and a song for the orchestrion. A new Cult of the Lamb update has been teased. They showcased 4 new structures, a kitchen, a crypt, shared shelters, and organized farms. This update will be free, but no release date has been announced. Here are a few highlights that you should keep an eye out for in the next week. There will be a Pokemon Day Direct on Monday. With a 20-minute runtime, it should be one of the longest to date. Dungeons of Hyder, a spin-off game in the universe of the fighting games Rivals of Hyder, releasing on February 28th. Destiny 2 will also be releasing its Lightfall expansion on 28th. We have now reached the end of today's show. If you learned something new, or if you have games you want me to cover in the future, leave a comment and I will have a blast reading them. I will also always try to leave as many links in the description to the different news I've covered, so if some of the news got you hungry for more, go have a look down there. And while there, grab a free like and subscribe shaped candy, they're delicious. See you guys next week, and remember, this was just a taste.